only thing about sports, the more together you are, the higher the probability of you winning the championship. These guys are so together. They don't argue. They don't say, hey, take a bad shot. They don't make faces. Shai swings the ball. The other guys have the opportunity to also play their game and take shots. And these guys are just two together. Even when, a couple guys go out, the culture, that Sam Presti has built, they just keep them together, and they have a high chance of winning this thing again this year.
Hey, y'all know they finna go against, when this video is coming out, they're going against the Lakers. So like, bro, I got Lakers losing. Like, come on now, let's be for real.
Jalen Williams goes down in Game 2 with a
They finna get swept.
Gone for the series. Most teams, that's a problem. Most teams, that changes the math. The Thunder, they went to Phoenix for Games 3 and 4 without their second best player and swept the Suns anyway.
Damn.
In Game 4, the final score was 131 to 122. SGA dropped 31 points and 8 assists. Chet Holmgren had 24 points and 12 rebounds. A.J. Mitchell, a second-year guard starting in place of an all-star, came off the bench and finished with 22 points. And the OKC bench as a whole, 35 points.
Alex Caruso
team without Jalen Williams. Let that sink in for a second, because this is what the OKC Thunder do. They take your best shot, absorb it, and then hit you with something you weren't ready for. They just swept a first-round series 4-0 without one of their best players, and they looked like they were barely even trying. The rest of the NBA should be genuinely worried, because the scariest version of this team isn't injured or tired or inconsistent. It's right here, right now, and it's moving on to the second round.
Bro, yeah, bro, is it finna be a year 2? They finna run it back.
Why this team is so frightening heading into the second round?
They finna get a
dub. They have to start at the beginning, and I don't mean this season. I mean the work that got them here. Last year, OKC finished 68 and 14, the best defensive rating in the league.
Damn.
A record point differential, the youngest team to win a championship in the modern era. They swept Memphis, beat Denver in 7, handled Minnesota in 5, then went to the NBA Finals and took down Indiana in 7 games, all with a roster where nobody on the starting 5 was older than 27. And then, instead of getting complacent, instead of doing what most young championship teams do, they ran it back, almost identically. They locked up SGA, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren to massive extensions. They kept the same system, the same coach, the same identity, and they just kept going. This year, 64 and 18, the #1 net rating in the league at plus 11.1, the 8th best mark in NBA history net rating. This year, 64 and 18, the number in this season. I mean the work that got them here. Last year, OKC finished 68 and 14.
Yeah, they went crazy last year.
A record point differential, the youngest team to win a championship in the modern era. They swept Memphis, beat Denver in 7, handled Minnesota in 5, then went to the NBA Finals and took down Indiana in 7 games.
I win a 10
all with a roster where nobody on the starting 5 was older than 27.
I'm betting this playoff game.
And then, instead of getting complacent, instead of doing what most young championship teams do, they ran it back, almost identically. They locked up SGA, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren to massive extensions. They kept the same system, the same coach, the same identity, on top, and they just kept going. This year, 64 and 18, the #1 net rating in the league at plus 11.1, the 8th best mark in NBA history. They started the season 24 and 1, tying the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors for the best 25-game start ever. They set a franchise record with a 16-game winning streak. They were the #1 seed in the West for the 3rd straight year.
25 and 1 start the season off.
And now they've swept the Phoenix Suns in 4 games, moving to 12 and 0 in first-round playoff games over the last 3 years. 12 and 0 in 3 years in the first round of the playoffs. That's not normal, and I don't think enough people are actually acknowledging how insane that is.
These niggas finna win again. Promise to God.
Let's just be honest about what SGA is right now. He averaged 31.3 points, 6.6 assists, and 4.3 rebounds in the regular season. He led the NBA in clutch scoring, 175 total clutch points, 6.5 per game. He won the MVP award last season.
This
playing
nigga.
this postseason like someone who's decided one isn't enough. In Game 3 against Phoenix, without Jalen Williams, SGA put up 42 points on 83% shooting. That was just the 7th 40-point playoff game in NBA history where the player had a true shooting percentage over 90. And then in Game 4, he didn't even need to go nuclear. 31 points, 8 assists, 58.8% from the field, 50% from three,
and one.
71% true shooting.
And that's an and one.
He controlled the game from wire to wire and closed it out with exactly enough to put Phoenix away. Across the sweep, he averaged over 30 points on elite efficiency while doing it against a defense that actually ranked at the top 10 in the league during the regular season.
LeBron got to keep up with that tomorrow.
None of it worked.
Tonight,
here's what makes
watching
SGA different from other elite scorers. It's not just the volume, it's the control. He never looks rushed, he never looks rattled. He moves at his own pace, and defenses have no choice but to adjust to him.
That hoe with the right hand.
He gets to the free throw line at will. His mid-range is now arguably the best in the game. He threads passes through coverage that most guards wouldn't even see.
And that's
in Game 4 alone,
that's a solid big man too.
10 fouls in a playoff game.
Bet on him too.
That kind of ability to manufacture free throws at that volume in that moment is genuinely rare. You could argue he's the best player alive right now. Reasonable people wouldn't even push back on that.
Like
but the thing that makes OKC genuinely different from most elite teams isn't SGA. It's what happens when SGA gets help he didn't ask for. Because in this sweep, that's exactly what happened. Jalen Williams, an all-star, the team's second best player, was missing from the second game forward. And instead of the Thunder shrinking, everyone else stepped up. Not one person, everyone. Chet Holmgren finished Game 4 with 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 steals. Over the course of the series, he was a menace on both ends. A 7-footer who can step out and hit threes, protect the rim, and switch defensively onto guards without getting exploited. Isaiah Hartenstein, the starting center, went for 18 points and 12 rebounds in Game 4 on 71% shooting, and pulled down 7 offensive boards. 7 offensive rebounds in a single playoff game. That's not just activity, that's winning possessions. And then there's AJ Mitchell, a 23-year-old second-year guard who started in place of Jalen Williams. He shot poorly in Game 3, 5 of 20, and still helped them win by 12. Then he came back for Game 4 and scored 22 points on 4 of 6 from 3. He bounced back in the playoffs, on the road, in a closeout game, like a veteran. That's not something you can teach.
Nice too.
That's a culture that creates that kind of player.
Hell yeah.
Alex Caruso.
It's that bro, I think it's that leadership, that SGA leadership. Like, nigga, you can see it. It's like that young torch. Like, he's smart. He's not finna just give his niggas just a bad ball. He's not a Ja Morant. Like, he look like he can actually lead a team. And he know what he's talking about when it comes to plays and shit like that. Like, bro's gonna, oh yeah. It's probably bright. Yo, the environment in that fucking practice facility is so peaceful probably. The sun shining, niggas talking, the music vibrant, nice music, probably not fucking NBA young boy. It's probably on some chill shit. Niggas just having fun, doing what they love, and learning at the same time. Practice, bro. That shit, bro.
Shot 4 of 6 from 3.
I'm telling you, they gonna win this year.
14 points, including fast break finishes that flipped momentum possessions. Casey
Alex Caruso,
added 10 points. The bench finished with 35 points total. The Suns had no answer for any of it because the Thunder don't have a weakness they can target on the second or third unit. You stop one guy and 2 others hurt you. In the 3-year run of first-round dominance, 12-0, that's the story every single time. One guy goes off, 5 others chip in, and the system produces a win so cleanly it almost looks boring. It's not boring. It's dynasty building. I want to spend a minute talking about what OKC's defense actually does to teams. Because I think the numbers
shoe is
undersell
that?
about what OKC's defense actually
Yo,
does
this
to
nigga trying to
teams.
block it with his
Because I
shoe.
think the numbers undersell it. The Thunder
that's
finished the regular
crazy.
season with the #1 defensive rating in the league. In the playoffs, they held the Suns, who had a top 10 defense themselves this year, to a fraction of what they're capable of. Devin Booker, one of the best scorers in the league, finished Game 4 with 24 points, but turned the ball over 6 times and shot just 1 of 6 from 3. The Thunder make him a priority on every single possession.
They got sticky
Crowd him,
fingers, bro.
deny his spots, force him into difficult pull-ups instead of rhythm shots. Over the series, they turned Phoenix's biggest strength into their biggest problem. The system they run defensively is built on length, communication, and relentlessness. SGA is 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. Holmgren is 7 foot with a 7'6" wingspan protecting the rim. Caruso and Wallace create chaos in the passing lanes. They are long at every position, disciplined in their rotations, and they take pride in defense in a way most teams simply don't. Last season, the Thunder finished with a positive turnover differential of plus 566, an NBA record. This season, they led the league in opponent turnovers per game, opponent field goal percentage, and points allowed. You don't do that by accident. You do that by building a culture around defense and refusing to let it slip even when you're up 3-0 and your second best player is in street clothes. And the scariest part? They're going to get Jalen Williams back at some point in the second round. A team that just swept without him gets their all-star back? That's not a playoff team. That's a problem.
They finna go crazy.
OKC moves on to the second round, where they'll face the winner of the Lakers-Rockets series, with LA currently up 3-1. That's a fascinating matchup waiting to happen. SGA versus Luka Doncic if he comes back. 2 of the top players on the planet playing to go to the conference finals. And here's the thing. The Thunder already handled the Lakers twice at the end of the regular season, blowing them out 139-96 at home, then going to LA and winning 123-87. That's not small sample noise. That's a team that has figured out how to contain Luka, contain Reeves, and make LeBron's life uncomfortable.
Right.
They've done it on both
nigga
ends.
LeBron.
They've done it in high-stakes settings with crowds. The Western Conference bracket is stacked elsewhere too. Wembanyama and the Spurs are handling Portland in the first round and looking dangerous. But right now, looking at who's playing the best basketball in this league, who has the deepest roster, the best star, the best defense, and the most playoff-hardened culture, it's hard to make a case for anyone over OKC. Last time the league had a team this dominant, this young, this deep, and this locked in, they became a dynasty. The Golden State Warriors, the Jordan Bulls. Names that didn't just win, they defined an era.
No, fact.
Oklahoma City isn't there yet, but they're building something
Just
that
wait.
rhymes with those names.
Just wait. Now, if they make a 2
The question isn't whether the Thunder
come
are
back
good.
and do it again,
Everyone
bro.
knows they're good.
If they do it again, wow, SGA still averaging 30 a game. This nigga might be better than Mike. What the fuck? Cause you would know on that like 4th year, if he lose that, cause you know, actually Mike didn't just lose. He didn't do no 6-peat. He won 3, lost, and I think he won another 3. Oh, am I tweaking? I could have sworn it's like, it's 3 rows, or it's 2 rows. So you got 1 row, or it's probably like 92, 93, 94. And then you got 96, 97, 98. Some shit like that.
Question is whether anyone in this league is actually built to stop them. Right now?
No, not
I'm
right
sure
now.
the answer is yes. Let me know in the comments. Can the Lakers?
Bruh, I don't think the Lakers gonna win this one. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They probably lost. No bullshit. Like, I can't lie about this one, guys. Can't lie.